Hey everyone, welcome to this next video of Maple Insights. My name is Marks, and today we are going to be learning how to use Maple and how to use AI to help us study for a class that we're taking. Now, this could be a university course, or it could be some kind of continuing education that you have to do for your career, or it could just be your own self-learning that you do throughout your life, which is great as well. I grabbed some coursework material from an online site. There are a few different ones. You can go to a place like Coursera that has lots of great things you can learn and courses. Another great one is called Canvas Network, canvas.net. But I went ahead and jumped into a philosophy class. So let's pretend here. This one's from the University of Edinburgh. And today we're going to learn about philosophy, specifically an intro to philosophy. So this is kind of a beginner course that you would take your freshman year of university and learn about philosophy. So let's jump in. I already signed up through Coursera with my free account, and I want to come in and do this first learning module of what is philosophy. And I need to put in the work of reading the material, watching the video lectures. But when it comes to actually really committing the material to memory and then studying for exams or preparing for homework or projects that I have to do, Maple can really help me out. Because sometimes we don't have a study friend that can study the material with us. We are up late at night and we need to be cramming this material into our brains. Or if you are just trying to learn on your own, sometimes you want something that is more tailored to you. And over time, and as you craft your prompts and as you craft your responses, it can start to better understand you and really help you learn better. So that is what we're going to show you today with Maple. So I have this What is Philosophy module. I came in here and there's a video here.
Hi.
Pause. But this is the guy that is teaching the course. His name is Dave Ward. And let's pretend I've already watched this video. Well, now what I'm going to do is there is a transcript of this. If there was not a transcript, I could take the video and I could generate a transcript using AI, something like Whisper. But I'm going to go to downloads and I'm going to grab this transcription in English. And then now that I've got that downloaded, let's pop into Maple and start writing a new prompt. Okay, I have a prompt already written so that I don't waste your time here, but I'm going to explain it. So I wrote that I'm a university student. Help me come up with the best ways to study my course material so I can have the highest chance of success. What are some of the best processes for studying? I'm looking for things, for examples like flashcards. Maybe flashcards aren't the best method, but I'm looking for great study methods to give me the top ways that you know of that I can take lecture material, study guides, other things to help me be better. Now, I actually dictated this. I hit the microphone and just let it go. So that's why there's like weird capitalization and stuff like that. I highly recommend dictation. It's awesome. So I'm just going to hit go. And this is going to give me lots of great ways that you as a student of learning, doesn't matter if you're in a university, but a student of learning, these are different methods that it can use. Okay. Hey, Pomodoro technique. That's cool. I use Pomodoro many times over the years to help me focus at work. Okay, so it's giving me lots of great examples. Okay. Now I want to know, hey, of all these examples, what are things that you're good at? Specifically you, AI. So I say, these are great. Of these methods, which ones are you able to help me create and help me study in an interactive form? Okay, so now it's thinking, and I just want to point out while it's doing this, really any AI service can help you study for a university course this way and learn material. The great thing and the unique thing about Maple is that because it's private and encrypted, you can really get personal with your questions and with your answers and responses so that you can start to tailor this to you. And you can pull out life anecdotes and other things and bring it into here and know that nobody else is reading this. It's just you. And if you are worried that you're going to ask a really dumb question, well, Maple doesn't care. In fact, Maple will help you with that. And you don't have to worry about anybody else seeing your dumb question that you asked. Okay, so Maple responded and said, these are the things that it's best at: flashcards, quizzes, practice problems, concept maps, summarization, and self-testing. Okay, So we will focus on some of those here in this video so that we can use the tool that, to the best of its ability. Okay, so we got that. I'm actually going to start a new prompt. So real quick, tip for using AI is that the longer that a prompt gets, the more of your credits get used up, because every time I write a new message here and hit the arrow, it actually copies everything up above. So all of this text up above here gets copied into the prompt so that the AI knows the history of what we're chatting about. Now it's only within each separate chat. I have this thing where I was learning about the tool Tailscale. It's not bringing any of that into this chat. It's only the stuff within this one. So I'm going to start a new chat now because I don't need all of this stuff as I'm studying. So I'm going to hit new chat and I'm going to say, all right, I am taking an intro to philosophy course. Make me study material from this lecture. I'll hold down shift and hit return a couple times. And now I'm going to grab that lecture transcript that I downloaded. Okay. So if I scroll up to the top, you can see I'm Dave Ward, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So let's just hit go and see what it gives me. This is without me taking any of that stuff that I just prompted earlier where I asked it, what are the best things you're good at? This kind of prompt here, this is typical of somebody first using AI. They're just like, hey, help me do something. But they don't get specific, right? Make me study material from this lecture. It's kind of generic and vague. But let's just see what AI comes up with and see if it gives us anything good. And then we can get more specific so we can get more value out of it. Here's a study guide based on the lecture. So it made an outline of the lecture, which is fine, right? I can read this outline now, or I could just listen to the video again. I don't know that this specifically helps me learn the material better unless I was maybe giving a speech. If I was like taking the material from the lecture and now I was supposed to give a lecture on this, then maybe I'd use this outline as an outline for my talk and my lecture. Okay, so like we've seen in other videos, in order to get more out of AI, we need to get a little more specific. So I have another prompt that I'm going to put in here, and I'm going to say, make flashcards from the lecture and then test me on them. I won't look at the cards you create. I will only look at them as you ask them to me. It really drives me crazy when I have these weird typos in here from dictation and stuff. All right, so let's hit go. Now it is making some flashcards in the background. Okay, I will create flashcards based on your lecture and then ask you the questions. You can try to answer them to the best of your ability, and I will tell you the answer if it's correct or not. So here's your first question. The front of the card says, what is philosophy according to the lecture? Please respond with your answer and let me know if you're correct. I'll let you know if you're correct or not. Okay, so here I have a study friend. I'm not calling it a study buddy, but here I've got my AI study partner. And it's showing me a flashcard. What is philosophy according to the lecturer? Now, I can say philosophy, what is it? Is the study of how to think. Let's see what it says to that. It's going to virtually flip over that flashcard and tell me if I'm correct. That's close, but not quite correct. Okay, cool. Well, next one. I'm not going to actually teach you all philosophy right now because that's not the purpose of this video. All right. What is the key distinction that philosophers make when evaluating a subject or discipline? Your turn. Okay. So you can see we can do flashcards. Now let's get a little bit better, or not better, but let's try something different. Back in our other thing here, it's flashcards are the first one. Quizzes. Let's go move on to quizzes now. So I will simply just say, okay, now let's do a practice quiz. Please administer it to me. So it's going to generate a quiz based on that lecture. Now, this is the first lecture in the course. Typically, it's pretty light on material. It's not going to be like this dense thing with tons of information in it. But you're going to get an idea of what it can do here. So, all right, it created a 5-question practice quiz for me, and it's going to ask me this question. Look, it's multiple choice. If I don't want multiple choice, I could tell it do short answer, do long answer. It can evaluate like essay responses. I could give it a 3 or 4 paragraph essay response, and it can evaluate that for me. Like it can create any kind of quiz that you want. And so rather than sitting around and waiting for your professor to create practice materials for you, you can take all of the lectures and create your own material that is better suited for you. And so anyways, here we go. So we've got this 5-question quiz. According to the lecture, what is the main difference between doing physics and doing the philosophy of physics. A, the methods used to collect data. B, the level of mathematical complexity involved. C, the focus on understanding the underlying assumptions and methods of physics. 4, the emphasis on practical applications. I'm going to go with C on this one. All right, so I gave it a response. It's grading my answer. According to the lecture, the main difference. All right, so I got it correct. Okay, C was correct. Next question. What is an example of a way that our way of thinking about something can be revised from the outside according to the lecture? Okay, I'm not gonna like bore you with the actual content here, so we're just gonna answer some things here. So I'm not even looking at the responses. Let's go with B. Okay. All right, I got it right. Okay, I'm gonna go with A. I'm not looking at anything. I just guessed correctly on the last one. I guessed A without reading the question or answers. Sorry, I got that one wrong. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Question 4, let's do C. Actually reading through, I think it's actually B. Okay, and then 5, I'm not looking at it. I'm just gonna guess a D. Okay, so I got my final score here. I got 2 out of 5 correct. But hey, it's like, let's just practice. But look what it does next. Let's review the correct answers. Okay, now I can say, well, based on that, build me material to learn the stuff I missed. Okay, based on my results, build me study material to learn the things I got wrong. You can't do this with just static material. AI can help craft things for you as you go. Okay, so now it has taken the things that I missed, personal to me, and created specific study materials so that I can better learn those. If you were taking just a random practice test and you got them wrong, it's not going to personalize the material to you afterwards. Okay, so that is a great way that Maple AI can help you study for course material that you're learning. I hope that you got something out of this, and I hope that you keep learning. Go to some of these websites, go to any website, go grab some blogs, go grab really long, nicely written posts about some technical topic that you've been wanting to learn about, and you can throw it in here. You can do this with pretty much anything. Take a 30-minute lecture video from some topic on YouTube that you really like. Grab the transcript from that, grab the subtitles from it. That's a great way, by the way, just get the subtitles, the closed captions. You can often download those. Throw them into Maple and say, hey, I really enjoyed this lecture. I want to learn the material better. So create me a quiz or create me study material based off this lecture so that I can better understand these concepts. Build me an entire course off this lecture material and go deeper on the topic. There are all sorts of different ways that you can branch out from here that you can, Maple can help you become a better learner and become more knowledgeable in different topics. So thanks for watching and keep learning.